All right, let's welcome to the Media Center, LIV Golf Korea, captain of Crushers GC, Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson, welcome back to Korea as the defending individual champion and defending team champion with the Crushers. How will it feel to be back in front of the Korean fans this week, and what do you remember about this event last year?
Yeah, I think Korea's a great place for golf. It's a fantastic venue. Last year played great, was playing great going into it, struggled on Sundays, but got the job done that week, and our team got the job done as well, which is sweet to kind of have a sweep. I love those sweeps. They're a lot of fun. So the crowd's always excited for our top level golf, and excited to see what this new venue provides. It's a different test of golf than last week, but I think an interesting one that'll hold its own ground in its own right. The grass is a lot different, so around the greens you're going to see some interesting shots, I think, and then some incredible shots as well. Just the grass type around it, it's a little different than what we're used to. We get some flyers out of the rough, so quite a fun, interesting test of golf this week.
크러셔스 GC와 함께 지금 개인전, 단체전 디펜딩 챔피언으로 자격으로 다시 한국에 왔습니다. 한국 팬들 앞에서 경기하게 된 소감 알려주시죠. 네, 한국 골프 최고의 베뉴라고 생각합니다. 작년에도 사실 일요일에는 조금 힘들긴 했습니다만 최종적으로 우승했던 곳인 만큼 애착이 큽니다. 이번 주에도 스위프를 하는 여러 가지 경기 많이 기대되고 있고요. 한국 관중들은 사실 최고 수준이라고 생각합니다. 지난주와 달리 사실 잔디도 매우 익숙하지 않기 때문에 흥미로운 샷들이 많이 나올 것 같긴 합니다만 플라이어들이 어떻게 러프에서 빠져나온지 기대 부탁드리겠습니다.
Bryson, the team aspect of LIV Golf differentiates itself from other tours. There's still the competitive individual battles each week, though, which we saw last year, where you and your teammate Charles battled it out. From a captain's perspective, from a teammate perspective, what's it like to compete and close out a victory against a teammate? Yeah,
it's a weird one, actually. You're kind of rooting for them, but also want to beat the living hell out of them. So Charles was a great competitor. I knew he was going to give me all he had. And I had to go out and play some great golf and execute some great shots under pressure. So, I felt like he gave it all he had, but it wasn't enough at time, and I got lucky. I made a couple putts coming down the stretch, and it could have easily flipped the other way. I mean, we were going head for head, and it was a fun battle, but was happy to finally get it done on Sunday. It was something I needed for a long time, and obviously Charles wants to win, but I was glad I was able to beat him that day.
네, 리브 골프가 팀 경기라는 점에서 다른 투어와 차별점이 있습니다. 개인전의 경쟁도 매우 각별한데요. 팀 동료와 우승 경쟁을 하는 상황이 어떤지 궁금합니다. 네, 맞아요. 응원하기도 하고 정말 이기고 싶기도 하고 찰스 하워드 선수와 함께 정말 각별한 사이라고 볼 수 있습니다. 압박 속에서도 타수를 잘 줄여가면서 경기를 진행했었고요. 사실 얼마든지 거기서 타수가 조금 늘거나 줄었으면 하워드 선수도 이길 수 있었던 매우 긴장감이 넘치는 경기였습니다. 이길 수 있어서 참 다행이었습니다.
And this is event number 8 for LIV Golf this season. It's also the 8th different country where LIV will have hosted an event and played. You talk a lot about the importance of growing the game and the positive impact that you and the league can have in markets around the world like this one. But what kind of impact has the experience of traveling the world had on you?
That's a great question. I first played internationally when I was, 2014. Went to Japan for the first time for the World Team Amateur. I think I might have gone to Australia before that, one of the years for the, I'm blanking on what it was, but it was an Australian Masters of the Amateurs, I think is what it was. And so just getting a little bit of experience then, realizing how big this world actually is. Yeah, golf in the States is massive, and it's one of the most impressive markets in the world for sure. But realizing that there's others out there as well, and that there's an underserved market was something that we saw and thought that it'd be an amazing opportunity for us to grow the game globally, and that's what LIV has done. I think I look at it now, it's what's really impacted me the most is the cultural barriers that get broken down in a good way with the game of golf. Everybody comes together. I think that's what's really special about LIV. I think that's what's really special about the game of golf. And we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't continue to do that. I think there's value in the States, there's value outside of the States, and there's a way to match both.
이번 부산 대회가 사실 리브 골프의 8번째 대회이자 또 개최 국가이기도 합니다. 다양한 시장에서의 골프의 저변을 넓히는데 중요한 역할을 하고 있다고 생각합니다. 선수 본인에게 어떤 의미를 갖고 있는지 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 2014년에 일본과 그리고 호주를 방문을 하면서 세계가 얼마나 큰지 그리고 다양한 선수들이 얼마나 많은지 사실 경험을 하는 매우 중요한 계기였습니다. Australian Masters of Emirates 같은 경우에도 좋은 계기라고 생각을 했고요. 사실 다른 경제의 선수들 그리고 여러 시장들을 연결을 하는 데 있어서 리브가 매우 중요한 역할을 하고 있다고 생각합니다. 선수로서 가장 큰 임팩트를 말씀드리고자 합니다. 일단 문화의 장벽이 무너지고 리브 그리고 골프로 인하여 모든 사람들이 단결한다고 생각한 측면에서 사실 이 많은 곳에서 다 같이 합류를 한다는 것이 매우 좋은 것 같습니다. 미국뿐만 아니라 미국 외에 여러 골프 시장에서도 많이 기여를 하고 있습니다.
If media would please raise their hands and introduce themselves, we'll bring a microphone to them.
네, 혹시 질문 있으신 분들 손 들어주시면 마이크 전달드리겠습니다.
한국 방문을 진심으로 환영합니다. 디펜딩으로 한국 대회 2연패에 도전한다는 어떤 각오로 이번 대회에 출전할 것으로 예상되는데 최근 메이저 대회 뭐 좀 부진한 성적이 있었지만 크게 문제가 되지는 않을 것 같고 타이틀 방어에 임하는 각오와 또 부산을 처음 방문했다면 부산에 대한 어떤 추억을 선수들에게 어떻게 좀 얘기하고 싶은지 알려주세요.
So Bryson, welcome to Korea once again. Right now, it seems like you are your second defending champion, so you have to win 2 titles, and it must be very revolving around that. It seems that in major tournaments, you might have weaker results, but it doesn't seem a big problem in your current game. So considering that you're determined to defend the title of winning in LIV Korea, please tell us your remarks about that, and also if it's your first visit to Busan, what are your impressions?
Yeah, I think Busan's a beautiful place. First off, thank you for the questions. I think this is a spectacular area of the world that I haven't been before. Being up near Incheon was great. Traveling on train through the center of the country was fun. Seeing all the fields and whatnot and the beautiful scenery that you guys have was great. And then being here in Busan, it's fun to see the beach and touch the water and get to experience something different in a different country, which has been great. I'm playing some solid golf. I'm working on my golf swing quite hard. I'm trying to get back to that 58 level at Greenbrier when I just had this golf swing that was just it was so easy. And so the weeks that I've been playing, in major championships, I've been playing okay, just having nothing happen for me, and that's kind of the game of golf. The weeks before that, I played really well going into them. I won 2 events going into the Masters and then finished 3rd in Virginia. So it's not like I'm playing bad golf. I think I'm putting some pressure on myself to play well in those tournaments. And, that's the reality. Like, nobody's perfect. And, I'm still working hard to play as good as I possibly can. And, the year before, I played really well in the majors, missed one cut there, and it just happens. That's golf, and ultimately excited for the opportunities I have moving forward. And there isn't any quit in me, as you can see. Even at Aronimik, I birdied my last 3 holes, still trying to make the cut there, and it is what it is. I played I'll tell you this: I've played worse golf and shot better scores at majors. So it's just one of those scenarios of ebbs and flows in golf. So I'm really excited for the future over at Shinnecock and overseas as well for the Open Championship. Head down, keep moving forward.
네, 일단은 질문해 주셔서 대단히 감사합니다. 인천 코스도 너무나 좋았고 작년에 이제 경기도 좋았습니다. 부산에 내려올 때 이제 인천에서 기차 타고 내려오면서 아름다운 광경도 즐겼습니다. 바다와 해변가에서 아름다운 아시아드 코스에서 이렇게 경기를 할 거라니 많이 기대가 됩니다. 이번 주에는 사실 컨디션도 나쁘지 않고 그린브라이어에서 58타를 기록했던 수준으로 돌아가려고 그 감각으로 돌아가려고 매우 노력하고 있습니다. 하지만 지난 몇 주간 경기가 잘 나오고 있지는 않습니다만 이번 시즌에는 2승을 기록을 하였고 버지니아에서도 3등을 한 수준을 생각을 했을 때 스스로의 기대치를 높이고 압박을 주려고 노력을 하고 있습니다. 작년 메이저 같은 경우에는 뭐 컷 미스를 한 번 정도만 했기 때문에 스스로에게 사실 골프는 언제나 이렇게 ebb and flow, 그러니까 잘할 때도 있고 못할 때도 있고 그리고 스코어가 왔다 갔다 하는 매우 흥미로운 경기일 수밖에 없습니다. 앞으로 해외에서의 여러 가지 또 경기 잘 해보려고 노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Hey Bryson, welcome to Korea. Jiho Yu from Yonhap News. What was your initial reaction to the news that Public Investment Fund was withdrawing its support after this season, and what's your level of optimism that the tour can be sustained without their backing beyond this year?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. We were surprised that they pulled out as quickly as they did. We didn't really see that coming. But that's okay. You know, when one door closes, another opens. So I think that's the way a lot of us are looking at it. I think we all have optimism that there is a business plan that makes sense for team golf. I'd quite honestly, actually, how do I say it? I'm very optimistic with the business plan of team golf compared to other models, in my opinion. But again, other models have worked as well, so I'm not going to say that one's better than the other, but I do see value in what team golf can provide, not only worldwide, but also in grassrooting the game of golf. National support, team national support, city local support, if we grassroot ourselves there. So there's a couple ideas that we have, quite a few ideas that we have that could be interesting, and we'll see if investors like it or not. You know, I'm giving all I can to make it happen, and if it doesn't happen.
네, 연합뉴스에서 최근에 이제 PIF가 이번 시즌 이후에 투자를 철회한다는 그 질문에 관한 것이었고요. 네, 브라이슨 답변은 네, 질문 대단히 감사합니다. 철회를 예상하지 않았었기 때문에 놀라긴 했습니다만 골프라는 영역이 그렇듯 문이 닫히면 또 새로운 기회나 문이 열릴 거라고 의심치 않습니다. 팀 골프의 여러 비즈니스 기회에 대해서 무궁무진한 기회가 있다고 저는 자신하고 있고요. 국가 차원에서 지방 정부 그리고 여전 바텀업의 여러 가지 노력들을 하고 있기 때문에 투자자들이 어떻게 또 반응할지 굉장히 흥미롭습니다. 긍정적으로 생각하고 있습니다.
Back left.
그 당신의 아름답고 환상적인 경기에 늘 감동도 많이 받고 영감도 많이 받는데요. 그 다이나믹하고 멋진 당신의 인생에 결부시킬 만한 골프 철학이 있다면 좀 소개해 주실 수 있는지.
So Bryson, I'm totally inspired about your beautiful game, and so I just wanted to ask you, could you tell us what kind of philosophy and inspiration goes into your game to actually play at this level?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of the philosophy stems from, for me, digging it out of the dirt, like Ben Hogan. Working really hard, and then backing it with principles that are based in the real world. So a lot of scientific data, a lot of research as well. Really researching a lot of other people's ideas and gaining ideas off of that, and then putting them into my own ideas, and hopefully they work. And then just sometimes taking ideas from other people that have already worked, you know, things that have already worked in the game of golf. Whether it's one like irons, whether it's dimple hits for me on putting, whether it's how I feel my golf swing, because as technical as I am, I'm still a very feel-based player. So how I feel the club head going through the ball is still very important to me. So it's a mixture of data and analytics to my feel and being an athlete. Trying to match the two and making my perception meet reality. And having the reality meet my perception. So that's kind of the philosophy of what I believe in. It's stemmed from the golfing machine, from Ben Hogan, Mo Norman, Tiger Woods, Payne Stewart, you name it, guys like that have really inspired me in my philosophy in the game.
네, 사실 제 철학을 여쭤본다면 벤 호건처럼 노력은 배신하지 않는다라고 생각을 하고 있고요. 현실 기반의 연구, 과학적 데이터를 분석을 하고 있고 타 선수들의 플레이도 항상 참고를 하고 있습니다. 이미 성공한 그런 여러 선수들의 플레이북을 항상 따르고 있습니다. 다이언스라든지 퍼팅에서는 템플 헤드에 이르기까지 기술적으로 굉장히 분석을 하긴 합니다만 결국에는 필드도 무시하지 않는다고 알고 있습니다. 운동선수로서 데이터 분석하고 필드에 항상 그 양분성의 그 관계를 조율하고 있는 것 매우 중요하다고 생각합니다. 네, 본 호건, 모 노먼, 타이거 우드스, 페인 스튜어트 같은 경우에 여러 그런 유명한 선수들의 그런 영감을 받고 있습니다.
Time for a couple more. Go to Mike.
So Bryson, you obviously will be a big draw this week. You're a big draw whenever you tee it up. Sign autographs, endless hours. How do you strike that balance between being a competitor and an entertainer? Like, what are the biggest challenges in trying to maneuver between those two things?
I think in balancing yourself between being a bit of an entertainer and a bit of a competitor, you have to compartmentalize really well. You have to go out there on the golf course in the first tee and focus as hard as you can, but realize what's happening around. And I think, there's moments where I'm in that bucket of competitiveness, and then I got to pull myself out and put myself in the bucket of being a bit of an entertainer. And sometimes that entertainer can feel the competitiveness and vice versa. So sometimes when I'm playing really well, that entertainer flows out of me quite a bit easier. When I'm not playing well, it's tough for me because, I don't want to be fake. Like, that's not, I just want to be as authentic as possible, right? And so when I'm not playing well, I'm not going to be happy, right? Who's going to be happy, hitting it all over the place, right? Now is there time to still high five and sign autographs? Yeah. Am I the best at it? Probably not. I'd say there's always room for improvement. But for me, it's really about compartmentalizing and knowing at that moment, am I supposed to be an entertainer or am I supposed to be a competitor? And just monitoring every minute of the day. Where am I at? What am I? And it just becomes more natural over time. It's not like I'm forcing myself to do anything. It's more of, okay, I've got really cool attributes of myself that I know I can be this crazy entertainer, and then I can be this intense competitor as well. And so it's using those to the best of my advantage. It's like tools in a toolbox. I'm just going to use what works for whatever thing I need to put in the wall or whatnot. So it's very similar to that. It's having tools in the toolkit. Sometimes the anger part of me comes out. That's a part of the toolkit that helps me focus more. Sometimes I try to reserve that quite a bit, but that's just the honest reality.
네, 이 질문 같은 경우에는 엔터테이너 그리고 승부사의 그런 각각의 역할을 어떤 식으로 조율하는지에 대한 질문입니다. 네, 구분을 잘해야 된다는 것이 중요합니다. 필드에 나갈 때도 집중력을 깨지진 말아야 되고 엔터테이너로서의 역할도 잊지 말아야 됩니다. 물론 경기가 잘 풀릴 때는 매우 쉽죠. 하지만 못할 때는 제가 뭐 가짜 웃음을 계속 짓는 거는 못합니다만 그래도 팬들을 위해서 사인을 한다든지 노력은 계속 진행하고 있습니다. 오늘은 내가 어떤 경기를 하고 있는가 셀프 모니터링을 계속하면서 매일매일 잘하는 것 매우 중요합니다. 저는 뭐 강렬한 승부사이기도 하고 그다음에 뭐 그런 크레이지한 그런 엔터테인먼트의 면으로서 잘하기도 하고 화도 낼 수 있습니다. 이런 여러 가지 강점들을 잘 활용하는 것 중요합니다.
I have one more question. You've kind of reached the point now where people seem fixated on anything you say.
Oh, literally. It's the funniest thing ever.
Is that just part of kind of building a brand, or do you get?
Yeah,
yeah.
100% it is. I respect everybody's opinion on me. I respect everybody that says that I'm the worst thing for golf, or I'm the best thing for golf. It's okay. Because the reality is, I'm so focused on what I can do for the game that somebody saying something online or to me personally in my face is not going to distract me from the mission that I have. And I hope people can understand that my goal is bigger than just winning every tournament every single week. Do I want to win every week? 100%. Do I care about the game sometimes more than my own life? Yeah. Because I see what it can do for people's lives. And that's ultimately why I care so much and I'm so passionate and I want the best for everybody. And so when people are saying these things about me, like, I know my mission. I know what I'm here to do. Sometimes it's tough to see, but sometimes it's an inspiration for me. Fuels positive fire in my stomach. And I have to honestly thank everybody because it's what helps me make the next decision in my life in a positive way. It's never negative. I never try to do things in spite or out of non-caring about things or people or anybody else. The other side, this side, doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, we're just playing golf, right? We're just hitting a ball into a hole 450 yards away, sometimes longer. And I think people, love, they love to say something, and you have to respect that, right? I think everybody's opinion is valid. All I can do is continue to be the best every single day that I can. Whether I win tournaments out here, I win majors or don't win majors or finish dead last out here. It doesn't matter to me. As long as I'm working as hard as I can and giving as much as I can, that's all that really matters. And I hope that I can look over and see a kid looking up, smiling at me, so I can go sign an autograph. Because that's what makes me come back every day.
네, 정말 브라이슨 선수 같은 경우 너무 유명해서 한마디만 하면 다들 이렇게 전파를 하고 집착할 정도로의 인기를 누리고 있습니다. 혹시 브랜드 전략인지도 궁금한데요. 네, 사실 여러 의견들이 나오는 것 잘 알고 있고 모두 존중합니다. 제가 골프에게 최고의 선수다, 최악의 선수 다들 이렇게 분분하긴 한데 사실 제가 이 골프 커뮤니티를 위해서 무엇을 기여할 수 있는가에 집중할 뿐입니다. 그리고 어떤 의견이 나오든 제 미션에는 흐트러지지 않습니다. 죽기보다 사실 이기고 싶을 때도 많고 그리고 이 게임을 위해서 내가 어떤 사람들의 삶에 어떻게 긍정적인 여파를 미칠 수 있을까에 집중할 뿐입니다. 이렇게 미션에 집중을 하다 보면 제 자신에게도 힘을 줄 때도 많고 남들을 항상 고려를 하고 있습니다. 편을 가를 필요가 없다고 생각합니다. 450야드의 공을 홀에 넣는 것에서는 사람들이 함께 단결되지 않습니까? 그래서 메이저든 토너먼트든 최선을 다하면서 이기든 승패의 그런 결과 없이 최선을 다할 뿐입니다. 그리고 다른 팬들의 물건에 사인을 할 때 최고의 경기를 했다라는 제가 웃으면서 만족할 만한 순간들이 많이 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
Last question for Bryson.
마지막 질문하겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 사우디아라비아 국부펀드에 자금 지원 준다는 소식에 대해서 이제 전혀 몰랐다 충격적이었다고 버지니아 데이트 밝힌 바가 있는데 최근에는 미국에서 이제 리브 골프가 파산 신청을 고려하고 있다는 보도도 나왔습니다. 사실인지는 밝혀지지 않았지만 선수에게 이런 내용이 충분히 공유되고 있지 않은 게 좀 답답한 상황일 것 같은데 이렇게 대회 근간이 흔들리고 있는 상황에서 어떻게 선수로서 극복하고 이 대회에 참여하고 있는지 궁금합니다. 심정을 말씀해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
So currently, this is also a similar question to the previous question that was asked about the PIF fund retracting, and there are some rumors that LIV Golf will also be filing bankruptcy. So in this kind of situation where you're not really sure about the future of LIV Golf, I'm wondering, as an athlete, a professional athlete, how are you feeling? How are you going to overcome this and also contribute to the cause?
I go out there on the first tee on Thursday and hit a beautiful drive down the middle of the fairway. Hopefully, that's what we're focused on. In the background, yeah, we're trying to help where we can, but ultimately it's up to executives and everybody banding together if we all band together, there's an opportunity here. If not, it's going to be a different day for all of us. But for me, how I support, go out and hit a great drive on the first tee, go play a great round of golf, sign autographs after, and have a good time.
네, 목요일 날 사실 첫 번째 홀에서 티오프에 최선을 다한다라고 답변을 할 수밖에 없을 것 같은데요. 물론 이제 경기 외 영역에서 경영이나 여러 이제 리브 골프 팀에게 저희들이 기여를 하기 위해서 최선을 다하고 함께 단결해야 되는 상황인 것 맞습니다. 하지만 프로페셔널 선수로서는 사실 멋진 드라이브를 내고 그리고 경기를 보여주는 것 그리고 우리를 보러 오기 위한 팬들에게 사인을 해주는 것 즐겁게 경기하는 것 말고는 할 일이 없다고 생각합니다.
Bryson, thank you very much for the time. Good luck this week.
Thank you, everybody.